So just make sure you have all your products ready in front of you. I have my station all set up. My wax is off to my right because I am right-handed, as well as my sticks, then my strips, my brow pencil, my scissors, and my tweezers. And then I also have on my left side my wax remover, my prep, and my aloe vera soothing gel for when the wax is done. So I'm just gonna be showing you guys how to wax the brows. Okay, so first going off with my Clean and Easy Professional. Sorry, the glare is so bad. So first going in with my pre-wax. If you don't have anything that is actually like a cleanser, just use some soap and water, or you can even just use some warm water, and just make sure you remove all the oils and dirt and stuff from the skin. Now, if you're someone who plans on waxing other people, like your sisters during this quarantine time, or your cousins or whatever, you just want to make sure that you're not double dipping and that you're cleansing the skin, so that way when you go in and touch it, everything is nice and clean. So I'm just removing all the dirt, all the oils, the lotions and creams I put on my face today. It's not really anything, but this back a little, making sure I really get everything off. So you need this area to be nice and dry and oil free so the wax can stick to the skin. So after my brows are all done and cleansed, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil, and I'm just going to brush the brow hairs into place, kind of giving me the idea of the shape I'm going for. So what we're going to do is just called brow mapping. Now I'm going to use one of my makeup brushes for this, just because it's close and handy, and going on the side of my nose straight up. This is about where my brow should start, and I'm just going to draw a line with that pencil. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you know the shape of your brows, you necessarily don't have to do this. But I don't really have a really good defined shape on my brows underneath, so I like to do this to make sure they can be as even as possible. So using that same tool, I'm going to just go here, and I'm going to go straight across the front of my pupil. So looking straight out, this is where my arch should be. And I'm just gonna draw a little dash here, right? Now going straight out from the side of the nose, following my waterline, I'm just gonna, this is where your brow should be about ending. And now you can finesse this and change this to, you know, suit your own face, but for the most part, this is how you get a good brow shape. Same thing. And this just ensures that they're both even and they match as much as possible. So I'm just going to take a look at that. I like the placements, and now I'm just going to connect. And then coming down towards that line, and then same thing here. So I don't want to start that too high. Boom. So that is going to be the shape I'm going to be giving myself. This is about accurate. If you look at my brow nice and close, you can see there's very little hair outside of it, which is perfect. I'm just cleaning them up, not changing my shape or anything. The straighter your lines, the better. It gives you a way easier guide to follow. So just try to be neat about it. You are gonna wipe this off after, but the straighter the lines, the straighter the brows will be when you're done. And then boom. And now I'm just gonna lean back a little. And I can see I made this brow slightly thicker, even though naturally it is. I'm just gonna bring this up just a little bit, because I really want it to be thicker rather than thinner. So instead of making this one thinner to match, I made this one a little thicker. Even if it's really not, I'll still have some extra hair in here to kind of fill it out. So this is a good shape for the brows. So some people are allergic to wax, they don't like to wax, whatever the reason is. If you just don't own the wax, you can easily just use your tweezers and tweeze and still have perfect brows. Okay, but I'm not gonna do that. So now, the best part, waxing. So I'm gonna take one stick, one strip, and I'm gonna get a ball on the tip of wax on the tip of my stick. I'm looking over here because my wax is off to the right. So I just got a small amount. Hopefully that'll focus. And I'm just gonna apply that to the center. And now I'm just gonna start by pressing kind of like the edge instead of the flat part. I'm gonna press this part against my skin and go straight up. Right up to that line that I drew here. And same here. Okay. Then I'm gonna take my strip, place it on there, rub it, make sure all that wax is stuck to the strip. Now, to help without, so you're not pulling your skin and hurting yourself, you can hold up. So you're gonna hold your skin up in the opposite direction you're pulling. So I'm pulling down, so I'm holding my skin up. And you're just gonna grab this strip and pull straight down, not out, down, because you don't wanna break any of those hairs, you wanna pull them out from the root. So you're gonna hold up and rip down. That's really it. And then I fold it in half and I just take away that extra wax. So I'm getting another ball. Now starting on this side, all I'm gonna do is follow my bottom line. Now it would be nice if you have longer brow hairs. I really don't, but some of them are sticking down, as I can see. Just wanna brush that hair out of the way so you're not catching any of the hair you don't wanna remove. And holding it kind of like a pencil, I'm just gonna follow that line. Boom. The straighter the line, the better, the less you have to go back and fix and everything. So I'm just gonna apply that strip right on top. I should have brought that down a little more, that was my mistake. So I like to get it off all in one. And then I'm gonna pull this way, pull back, because I'm pulling this way. So the way you apply the wax, you pull in the opposite direction. So ready? See those hairs? Now just folding it in half. The reason I fold it in half, you don't want to get the wax that's already on the strip onto any of your other hair, because when you go to remove the extra wax, you can end up removing some of those other hairs because the wax is still sticky. Okay. And I'm just gonna keep going. This side, I'm just going to show you guys another technique or like little trick you can do in case you're nervous about doing this, especially if it's your first time. Just to give you a little bit less anxiety about it, instead of doing the whole underneath and the whole top, you can do it in sections. So I would just apply the wax to the first half of the brow, and that's it. So just applying it to the first half. It gives you a little bit more control. You don't got to worry about following the line all the way across. It just might hurt a little more because it's going to take a little longer because you're doing 4 on each eye instead of just 2 strips, 1 above and 1 below. You're doing 2 above and 2 below, which I don't prefer. I do that at work on clients because because it's just a technique that we were taught to use. But for myself, I don't. I just like to remove it all in once. I think it's quicker, it's less painful, less time. So this is gonna do one long one. So the waxing part is done. I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm just gonna brush the hair around and pull out any hairs I might have missed around the edge. So on this eye, I could see that I missed quite a few hair. So I'm just gonna follow the line and tweeze. I am holding my skin taut a little bit. It hurts a little bit less when you tweeze if you're holding it tight. So now that I'm okay with the tweezing for now, I am going to take my remover, just a clean and easy. This is just an oil-based remover. If you don't have anything like this, like I said, you could just use some, you can use alcohol, you can use Vaseline, just anything that's oily enough, baby oil, to remove the stickiness from your skin. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna remove it, and all in one, it'll take off the eyebrow pencil as well for my brow mapping. And this is really important. You just always want to make sure you get all that wax off of your skin. I'm going to finish tweezing. I don't normally trim my eyebrows, but if you do, you could trim your brows at this point. But I don't normally trim my brows. I like them to look as full as possible. So I like to keep the hairs long. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of that aloe vera gel, the soothing gel, and I'm just gonna place it on the brows, help with any of that stinging or irritation or anything of the sort. I usually don't get much stinging, maybe a little itchiness after, but that's about it. And aloe vera definitely helps with that. Look at that brow. It came back to me. So now that I can see everything around my brows a lot better without the sticky wax or the brow pencil, I'm just gonna see if there's any extra hairs I want to take away. The brows are pretty much done. That's pretty much it. So I wasn't gonna do this, but been a while since I had my brows slit, and as I was brushing them out and I was realizing how much this brow just sucks compared to how perfect this one always is, I decided I'm gonna put my brow slit back. And since you guys have never seen me actually slit my brow, I'll show you guys how to do that to get a little bonus. So taking my handy dandy razor, I'm just gonna brush that. And then I usually use tape if I can find it. So you don't need anything special. I just use some like Scotch tape, some small pieces. And I do got that oil and aloe vera on my skin, so I know this is not going to be too much stickiness for me. So I'm just going to place that. So I think I want my slit to be arch. So I'm gonna put that right here and just place that down. And then I'm gonna take a second piece and I'm just going to place that right next to it, but super thin. So you can determine how thick or how thin you want your slit. As you can see, mine's gonna be super thin. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this razor and I'm going to go over the part that you can see. So I'm just gonna like literally shave all that hair out from in there to my slit. See? So that hair is pretty much gone right there. So now what I'm gonna do is remove the tape. And see how easy that was? She got a brow slip. That's literally all you have to do. Like, it's super, super, super easy. So yeah, this will be the part where you go back and you just take your tweezers and tweeze any hairs that might be in the inside of your slit, just so it's nice and smooth. And then after that, that's it.